but I thought it was gonna be better than, but the answers are too like rehearsed. You know what I mean?
Topic. It's just some medium rare internet beef that I think is just kind of worthless to go over. But so many people keep bringing it up to me that I feel I should at least talk about it to some extent. So I'll go ahead and cannonball into the septic tank and doggy paddle around for a bit. The main topic involves a banned YouTube creator that I'm sure you've all heard of before. His name is Sneako. A lot of people compared him to like a diet Andrew Tate. He recently got banned, and he still does make content elsewhere. And recently he started targeting me because I made jokes about his friends on the Fresh and Fit podcast, whom I think are beautiful clowns that do some very silly stuff that is entirely entertaining to make fun of. But Sneako didn't see it that way because he's a very sensitive guy, and he started writing their wieners to try and defend a blatantly outrageous story that one of them told about meeting a basketball player at a party, then being invited by that basketball player to a mansion, and then fucking a ton of girls.
I just gotta say something, okay? Sneako's having one-sided beefs again, except like my man rides for those one-sided beefs. Like, there are two ways to get notices from your favorite content creator, Sneako. You can either be like a normal, cool person that people want to be around, or you can just like hate your way to try to get like a little bit of notoriety. The problem is he grinds hard. You have to admit he grinds hard. Like, how the fuck did you get literally Charlie, Moist motherfucking Critical, Florida's very own, to make an entire video about you? This dude is not going to fucking do that. Like, he's not going to do that until you're literally like those incels that are fucking pepper spraying women and shit, okay? Like, he rarely ever makes shit like this. Like, that is crazy that he grinded to the fucking top of the hater pile. So much so that, like, because he took so many fucking one-sided beef L's, that they piled up so much that, like, even Charlie is, like, covering it now.
Girls at that mansion, thanks to the basketball player, which sounds like something a Tumblr account would have made up, and ending with, and everybody clapped. It was such a goofy piece of fan fiction, it felt like he was begging to be humiliated and made fun of, so I started throwing some balls at the clown and dunking them in the tank. I made a video talking and joking about it, and Sneako saw this and he wasn't too happy, so he got offended on his friend's behalf, which of course is a very alpha male thing to do. I know Sneako doesn't like that nomenclature. He never calls himself an alpha male and thinks that it belittles him, but his fan base is and has been red-pilled and thinks of him as like a no-nonsense kind of guy who tells it like it is, a man's man. And yet Sneako cries more than a 12-year-old going through puberty and has very public temper tantrums like a child who didn't get the Spider-Man toy they wanted for Christmas. So he was upset because I was making fun of them. He then makes a big rant about me, calling me a bitch, saying all kinds of things. He doesn't really make any points, he just insults my appearance a lot and makes very bold assumptions about me not going outside and shit like that, which of course has nothing to do with anything I was saying, nor does it debunk any of my points. Not that I was even really making points, I was just making jokes about a silly fucking story, and he's taking it as if I just gave a TED Talk on monogamy, because for some reason he somehow gets lost in like this Winter Soldier episode, like this delusional fantasy.
Also, how are you going to come after my man's points, bro? He's like a better looking Keanu Reeves. What the fuck? He's absolutely shredded, peeled, okay? This motherfucker is peeled like an apple, all right? Like a peeled apple. But, like, also his physique does not resemble an apple. I'm just saying he's fucking peeled, okay? His hair is straight up ethereal, okay? Not the fucking glazed Charlie that hard. But holy fuck, if you're going to go after him, make fun of him for being sometimes a fence sitter, or make fun of him for being a Florida man or something. Like, what the fuck? I don't know about better looking, but shredded, yes. He's juiced, Jesus. He is shredded like a bag of cheese. Yes. Yes. He is. He's a good looking dude.
Where he starts making a statement on monogamy, which of course had nothing to do with the video I made.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship.
What?
This is his girl.
Yo, that's fucking, that is so whack, dude. What a whack fucking thing to say and do.
So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. That it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer.
What the fuck are you even talking about? What does this have to do with anything? What does bringing up a picture of me and my girlfriend have anything to do with anything that has happened? And where is monogamy even coming from? You're fighting an invisible enemy right now. You're fighting ghosts that aren't real.
Why is
Like,
this
none
video
of this
delayed?
had anything to do
He pissed off Charlie so much his video started being delayed, bro. What the fuck is going on?
with the video itself of me joking about a stupid fucking story that this guy told. Like, it's so weird, and he's been mad ever since, as I understand it. I, of course, don't really watch him, but I keep getting updates on Sneako not being happy, wiggling his finger, saying, I don't really like this Charlie guy anymore for this. Now, like I said, because so many people keep bringing this up to me every day, I felt obligated to at least, you know, talk about this a little bit and engage with the drama, even though I don't really want to. What I do want to talk about, though, is the Black Friday Moist Global merch sale, baby. A lot of great merch on stuff. It's Fearful Happy Coat, which is kind of like a bathrobe. It's fantastic. It's available right out. They won't Moist Global.
That coat is fucking
talk a little
sick.
more a movie called Cuties. For those that don't know, Cuties was a movie that went to Netflix, and it was basically just softcore child porn. It was a movie that focused on twerking and a coming-of-age film that used real children in real positions of, like, sexualization, where during, like, a twerking contest, they'd have cameras that would go, like, right into their ass and zoom in. It was fucking disgusting stuff.
Bro, it is a very funny thing to just be like, bro, I can't believe this fucking loser is in a healthy relationship with his girlfriend that he loves. What a fucking loser you are, man. I can't believe you love your partner. Mutual respect and self-esteem based relationships, not for me, dog. Fuck yourself, bro. Imagine having a fucking girlfriend. Imagine being in love. Gay. Okay. God, that must suck. It's literally like, it's like motherfuckers that come into my chat and they're like, bro, you live in a fucking nice house that you could put, like, live with your parents, you fucking idiot. Imagine having a Porsche. It's like, okay, well, thanks, I guess. I don't know. It's so stupid.
And I made a whole video talking about how fucked up it is that not only does it exist, but Netflix has promoted it and it's on their service. Regardless of what the intention was or what the message aimed to deliver from the director, it completely missed the mark. By using real child actors and doing the things that they did in the film, it became a movie that was only enjoyed by legitimate, real, self-admitted pedophiles. And I made a video talking about how gross that whole situation was, and Sneako made a response to it saying that the outrage around this film is misplaced and it's actually a good movie.
Americans are like, this is deplorable. I saw this commentator, Penguin Zero, who I actually like. There's not a lot of good commentators, but he's like, this movie is deplorable. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing. And it's like he didn't even watch the movie. It's just like he only saw the clips that were going to piss him off. Or he just got so triggered by the provocative imagery that he just, deplorable. Come on, man. Like, don't you see?
It's not Penguin Zero. It's Penguinzo.
The reasons why she's doing what she's doing?
Sneako has said multiple times, even in his most recent rant, that he does like my content, though I'm pretty sure he just says that to cushion the blow and, like, tiptoe around it, like, before insulting me. Just in case there's anyone in his chat that likes my content, he wants to make sure to not make them upset. So he makes sure to preface it by saying, well, I actually do like him, but...
Oh, goddamn, he went there, bro. That's okay.
And then goes on to get super personal about it. This was my first real exposure to Sneako, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything like that?
It's Penguinzo.
It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child porn production.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Now, the reason I'm showing this isn't just to debate a multiple-year-old Sneako video that he completely ate shit on and had the worst possible take of with this whole Cuties situation. The reason I'm showing this is because I haven't liked him since I saw this side of him. I was aware that he made other content, and apparently some of it was pretty good a couple years back, but once I saw this video, it just showed me a really weird guy who it seemed like really just wanted to be contrarian for the sake of it, and makes terrible points in defense of...
No, that's 100% what it is. That is literally, that is what it is. Like, defending Cuties in that regard is absolutely doing it to be contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Like, that's it. He wants to be like, oh, I'm like above the crowd. Like, I can read through the subtext, okay? That's straight up. That's straight up what it is. It's just like, oh, I can read above the subtext. Like, even in the most charitable interpretation of what Cuties was about, it was still a fucking miss, okay? Charlie clarifies his name. No, it's Penguinzo. I don't care. Because he believes everyone is part of the establishment and he wants to be fundamentally anti-establishment is the most cringe, contrarian behavior. Yeah.
Of this film for some reason. Like, even in your own video, you openly admit right there that yes, it sexualizes children. Full stop, that's not okay. That's a problem.
Like, this girl, at one point, she takes a picture of her vagina and posts it on Instagram. Kids naturally just rebel. I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but...
Bro, how are you going to put yourself in that? Like, how are you going to... Oh, my Lord. Oh, my fucking Lord, dude. What the fuck? Charlie and Asmund do the same thing to you. Don't say your name so they can sit on the fence, explain their position fully. What? I don't think Charlie or Asmongold has ever been like biased towards things that they have said about me though. Like ever. Like there are takes that I probably disagree with both of them. And there are takes of mine that they disagree with as well, but usually, like, Asmund even takes it further. Like, he will literally ban people. Bro, why do you ride so hard for Asmund all the time? Because ultimately, I think that despite the optics of a particular situation, Asmongold oftentimes does cut through some of the noise and has like a decent takes on a lot of the shit. Like he does. Asmund was an IRS agent, he knows, yeah. Ultimately, I appreciate people who have charitability towards what I say and will be fair, even if we have disagreements, and there's going to be plenty of disagreements. I'm a political commentator, you know what I mean? A political commentator with a fucking very different perspective than like the overwhelming majority of Americans who have even a little bit of an understanding of American politics is going to be slanted to my right no matter what happens. Okay? But ultimately, it's still, you know, as long as you're charitable and understanding of where I'm coming from, like that's the, you know, I appreciate that.
But it's realistic. A major criticism of this film was that it's child porn, that they were just showing these kids and that it's gonna bring a bunch of pedophiles in. I don't think so. Not more than anything else that's on the internet now, or not more than beauty pageants in America, which still exist and are exactly what you see in the film.
Do you go to beauty pageants to watch the kids, Sneako? I certainly hope not. just because the beauty pageants, which are fucked up, completely agree, just because those exist in the real world doesn't mean that that's justification for this movie. I feel like that should be obvious. You can't use this whataboutism like, oh yeah, Cuties has a lot of...
Yeah, I mean, my take, this is like almost close to my take is what Sneako was saying, but like my take was on the opposite side of it. That beauty pageants for children should be banned.
Sexualization of children, but what about, you know, child beauty pageants? I mean, those are out there in the real world, so what's wrong with Cuties being on Netflix? I won't show you any more from this video, it's dog shit all across the board, but there is one more thing I'd like to highlight. Even when Sneako started to rise to popularity, I didn't pay too much attention because, again, in my mind, he will always be that guy that for some reason fights for this film, which is just fucking weird. So he's always just been kind of a weird person to me that I don't pay too much attention to, but I couldn't help but take notice of one of his more recent viral clips where he openly defends getting cucked.
So I wanted to break this down, like, because this was, imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
Get fucked.
You love her? Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her.
Oh no, this is the most aired that this video is ever gonna get now. Like, I've talked about this video. Obviously, I've covered this video as well. I think this is like the true turning point for my man Sneako. I think this like, oh God, oh no, Charlie bringing this shit up and fucking plastering it. Yeah, it's over. It's over, boys. It's. I mean, I'm gonna give you guys a trigger warning, okay? This, if you haven't seen this clip, I'm gonna give you guys a trigger warning. This is a sad clip to watch, okay?
I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other three?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. You know what?
It is a legitimately super sad thing to sit there and listen to because Sneako is very clearly bothered by that whole situation, but is trying to play it off like a deeper message, like, no, this is actually a good thing. And in fact, I recommend every guy out there try letting...
Because he took the wrong lessons out of it. Like, if he was comfortable and confident about it, he's like, yeah, I am now a more open-minded person after this experience or whatever. People would certainly still make fun of him, say he's cucked or whatever. But like, he could ride that. He literally got cucked, kept doing it, okay? Especially if you listen to the longer context of it. Like, he went to multiple orgies in one night and shit and described it in terms where it seemed like he didn't enjoy it. So it's just like ultimately it's obvious that you're in a situation where you enjoy it, but also hate that you enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, you took the wrong lessons out of that.
Their girl get fucked by another man, then you'll know if it's real, if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is fucking tragic to listen to. Now, I want to be clear, I have absolutely no problem with open relationships. I think everyone should be completely within the right to handle their relationships however they see fit and whatever makes them happiest. Contrary to what Sneako thinks about me, I have legitimately no issue with open relationships at all. But what Sneako's talking about here isn't so much an open relationship, it's cuckoldry. You have watched your girl get fucked in front of you on at least 2 occasions that he talks about here. And you were right next to her, watching her get fucked, and one time you were so upset about it you had to leave the room after the 3rd pump, you said. You're clearly not really alright with this situation. You're for some reason forcing yourself to be okay with it. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and be an armchair psychologist like you try to do against me during your rants, but it really seems like you don't like it. And yet, for some reason, you're also trying to celebrate it and promote it like a good thing. It's just super sad. Like, if you're fucking other girls and she's fucking other guys, that's one thing, but you being in the same bed that she is fucking another man in and watching her, and then even talking about how, like, upset you were about how much she was moaning and the deep eye contact she was making with the man she was fucking in front of you.
And like, the cum shot too. He mentioned the bukkake as well. I mean, it's just, whew, goddamn, dude. He just got I mean, this is probably going to be a defining moment for Sneako where he like I think this is, if he is a cuck, which I think he might be, like he is going to come so hard from this level of feeling embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna explode, I think, after this one. Like this level of violation and having be degraded if you have a humiliation kink is probably just, it's all downhill from this point over. Like it's just good luck. You're never gonna get a high like this if this is what if humiliation fetishes is what you're into. This is it. You hit the Olympic level humiliation. It's all downhill. You will never be able to feel this humiliated ever again. This publicly.
You're not really okay with it sounds like. So stop trying to pretend to be, and stop trying to make it seem like this is a good, healthy thing for everyone that everyone needs to try. It's just pretty sad. So this is always in the back of my mind when he starts critiquing my relationship, or really any relationship for that matter. Like, what really gives you the right, especially when you're clearly in a very complicated situation in your own mind with your relationship? So, like I said, I didn't really want to talk about this, but he apparently keeps shitting on me and making a big hoopla about it, and people keep bringing it up to me, so I felt like I should at least address it in some capacity. So this,
I might be missing something and not defending Sneako ever, but is there anything wrong with liking seeing your partner have sex with someone else? No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. It's just that, like, you know, that's just what you're into. It's a little strange. It's not for me, but that's what you're into. When I assume that, like, because you are coming at it from a perspective of, like, wanting to be degraded, I'm going to suspect that, like, us shitting on that is probably working in your favor, right? Similar to Sneako's situation. Being ashamed of it, or being in a relationship where you don't like it but your partner does, yeah.
This is me talking about it, and that's about it. So yeah.
That's crazy. Here is comedian Bill Burr talking about immigrants doing the job no one wants to do. This is on Anti-Work. This has been blowing up on fucking Reddit. People say don't kink shame, but like I feel like people who are cuckolds have the kink of being shamed. Like their kink is being shamed. So I don't know. I don't really feel that bad about. I don't really feel that bad about it. You know what I mean? Old Billy Bitch Tits talking about how are ya? It's the Monday morning podcast on Monday.